And now, WFXR Sports.
Yes, good evening, folks. Jermaine, Ferrell coming to you from San Jose, California. The NCAA tournament will tip off tomorrow for the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Liberty Flames, as both teams will have their action rocking and rolling in the night session of the NCAA tournament from San Jose. First up, the Virginia Tech Hokies. They're the 4th seed. They'll take on the St. Louis Billikens in a game that will tip off a little bit around 10 o'clock East Coast time. Of course, a special thing Buzz Williams, the head coach, did. He sent out a special tweet to one of his birthday players, Ahmed Hill, and on the bottom he wrote that he has learned a lot from his players. But when you hear Buzz Williams as well as the players talk, they've both learned a lot from each other.
I just think hard work. Obviously, he was a hard worker, but I compete with him, I think. And I don't think he maybe had players like that before, but I just try to, be my best version of myself every day.
I do think at times I've tried to be better with these guys, particularly in making sure that they're learning the life lessons that come with all of this.
Now, the Virginia Tech Hokies and the St. Louis Billikens will play the last game of the night here in San Jose. That game will tip off right around 10 o'clock Eastern time on that side of the country. Meanwhile, for the Liberty Flames, they're in their first NCAA tournament since 2013. The team is fired up, and they'll have a lot of special things to look at, and they're looking forward to participating in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I just have a lot of gratitude for this. I know not everyone gets to do this. I'm just very blessed that I get to do it with the group of guys that I'm here with.
And when you look at the Liberty Flames and head coach Richie McKay, he's taken a lot from Tony Bennett, and obviously he has a lot of mutual respect and admiration for head coach Tony Bennett and UVA.
We were in a conference in which you had to get high major players to compete, and we were taking 2- and 3-star guys that had 5-star character. And I think it speaks to him having the trust in the Lord and in the process that if we were going to fail, we were going to fail doing it the way we were led. He was led, and I was a part of that. And that's what I love about him.
So that respect definitely flows between Tony Bennett and Richie McKay, both on the same coaching staff, and a lot of respect right then and there. So the Liberty Flames, they will tip off their game around 7:27 East Coast time as they take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs in that 12-5 matchup. Again, a 12 usually knocks off a 5, so why not Liberty? And that does it here from the SAP Center, the SAP Center here in San Jose, California. Now we're going to cruise across the country and check in on Samantha Waddell and David DEGUZMAN as they hook you up with information and details on the Virginia Cavaliers from Columbia, South Carolina.
Thanks, Jermaine. We hope you're enjoying all of that sunshine in California. We're having the best time so far here in Columbia, South Carolina, as the Virginia Cavaliers are getting ready to face Gardner-Webb right here tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, you can't complain about being able to cover the madness that comes in March, but we want to get to that special connection between UVA basketball and Liberty, which is playing in San Jose in the first round of the tournament. I had the opportunity to ask Tony Bennett about his former assistant and what he thinks he's done with the Flames in the last 4 years.
Richie was such a blessing for me to come in. You know, he's a friend from way back, head coaching experience, but excellent recruiter, understands the game, high level offensively, great mind. You know, hopefully he helped our program, hopefully he gained some things, but he's taken that job and he's got very good players.
Well, safe to say that Tony Bennett is wishing Richie McKay and the Flames best of luck in the tournament, but his plate's pretty full with 16-seed Gardner-Webb, and I think this is when we talk about the elephant in the room, the big storyline going into this game.
The very big elephant in the room for everyone else except for the Virginia Cavaliers.
That's right.
They're very open of talking about UMBC and last year's historic loss, but they all say it was one talk, a TED Talk, that helped change their mind as they prepared for the season.
Ever since we watched that TED Talk, I think this team was just, laser focused all year, and I think it showed 29-3, like you said. regular season champs. So we're just excited to, continue moving forward.
Sure. I mean, a lot of people want to talk bad about the whole 16 seed loss last year, and obviously it happened. But I mean, if we talk about it and just be more open about it, rather than trying to just act like just throw it under the rug and like it didn't happen. I mean, it's made us closer and made us hungrier to win a championship.
I just kind of made everything worth it, because that quote that, if you use something or adversity right, then it can take you a place you haven't been before, or a place you never thought you could have gone. And the key thing is that any other way. So if we wouldn't have lost that, then we wouldn't be able to be 29-3, and #1 seed back-to-back years type thing. So it made everything worth it. That loss doesn't define us, but it definitely is like, oh well, it happens, and now we get to finish writing our story.
So it's safe to say the ghosts of last year's past, well, their history, we're not dealing with them. Virginia Cavaliers ready for tomorrow's matchup.
But Gardner Webb looking to do that upset for the second straight year, a 16 seed over a 1 seed. And Southwest Virginia basketball fans should be familiar with the Bulldogs. They faced the Hokies early in the season.
Yes.
The Hokies won that game, but then they also took down Radford in the Dedman Center in the Big South Championship, and they're in the big dance for the first time in program history, and they are fired up to take the floor against UVA.
Just having faith in being able to know that you can conquer even like the David and Goliath. Like just knowing that, just having faith is more like what I think of an underdog.
Let's go have some fun. I mean, we got to be detailed in our plan, but offensively, I mean, we're going to be playing against one of the best defenses in the nation on a huge stage. Let's just go out and let it fly.
So Virginia and Gardner Webb set to take this floor in the late afternoon here in Columbia, South Carolina. Should be an interesting matchup.
It really should. Both teams excited about being here, both ready to play. I think we're in for a great game tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, we will be on Good Day Virginia tomorrow morning, and we'll be introducing you to Braxton Key. He transferred from Alabama, first year as a Virginia Cavalier, and he's excited about playing in the NCAA tournament.
So that's tomorrow. For Samantha Waddell, I'm David DeGuzman. Let's send it back to our studios in Roanoke.
Samantha and David, thank you very much. We'll be right back after the break.